Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 229 of Factorio with Angels and Bob's Mods, where we are still, like we have been for the last couple of episodes, working on our plutonium power plant. Because I started out with a setup that I thought was enough, but I had underestimated how much neighbor bonus we get. We get a total of 300% neighbor bonus, and I was calculating it with 150. But now we want to test this. See that we can get enough water through these pipes. And my concern about that was a calculation that didn't make any sense, I just realized. No, never mind. I did 24 by the 60 they can produce. I thought I had done 48. And not divided by the two pipes. Oh. I actually think this heat piping is good enough that we can extend it further if we wanted to. So we could have some more water in between here, in case it's a problem. It probably won't be, but we shall see. Are all of these getting enough water? It looks like it. Well, all of them aren't warm enough yet, so that makes sense. Still need two of them on each side. Hopefully we can also get the steam pressure up to actually be enough for the turbines. This is not getting anything, why is that? Is this pump just being prioritized over this? I guess so. Not sure why that is, but it is. Okay. So we need the steam pressure to build before we can actually evaluate all of the turbines. Honestly, it doesn't really need to be perfect, just good enough that we can produce a lot of power and not waste too much fuel. How's it going with these? Low temperature still. So it's a problem if these are 1000 degrees and they can't get the heat out to these. Which it appears like they can't. Because then we can very easily end up wasting heat and fuel. I'm not sure if it's something I should really be worried about though, but I basically am. Does that help? It does. But that's because it gets heat from this now, which wouldn't really be the case unless we actually connected it all. Then it might help. What if this had longer distance to go? Then they all need to heat up again? Okay, great. It might be good enough. I'm not entirely sure about it, but it wouldn't really be that much wasted fuel. So I don't think I'm gonna care too much. Because right now, these are getting heat from their neighbors that they wouldn't really be getting. But I think we are able to handle this heat. Though then we should also be able to run these off of it. And apparently we actually are now. These are low temperature, but these are also not at the full temperature now because of the lagging neighbor bonus. I guess it's a bit annoying to test because if you add their neighbors for the neighbor bonus, then they themselves get hotter, but they will also get extra heat from the neighbors sharing, trying to get cooled through these two. I think maybe that's not how it works, but I don't know. Let's just be happy about this setup, I think, and start using it. It's good enough. We just need to be able to feed in fuel and feed out the empty fuels or use spent fuel. Output can be something like this. You will output into there. It isn't really a problem that they are gonna be a bit slow because we don't transfer a lot of materials here. So we only want this to input when this is outputting. And there's not enough steam. So this might need to go through a combinator. Maybe this needs to as well. Yeah, because this is not really outputting a signal right now, right? Unless we do that. Just a pulse, I guess. Something like that. What sort of signal is it sending though? I'm not sure. I guess we need to combine the signal with this one. So we do need a combinator. And an AND gate. This one, I think. And I also need to remove that one. Wait, am I wrong about... Isn't there an ant? Oh wait, ant? No. Doesn't one of the commoners have an ant gate, or am I just being stupid here? And this one. So if steam... Well, then we need something to actually just give it a simple steam signal and not a amount. Why can't I think and type at the same time? Steam. And I guess something like... What is this sending? I need to compare this with what I usually do for power. If I have that anywhere. I think it's in here. This one. Oops. Let's just not use our robots and put this here. So this sends a signal directly to this one. And then this is hooked up to the steam. Oh, so this is only allowed to output if we have enough, or not have enough steam, I guess. And then this just relies on the signal from this one. I think that makes sense to me. So let's try and replicate that. It's not often I do this manually, or set up this whole thing again, I guess. So still need a decider. Steam. I can never find this. There. Steam is below. Let's just put a number, 500,000. We have 12 times 100,000, so 1.2 million. This might be enough though. Then you are allowed to output. Wait, do I even need this then? No. I don't think I do. This, if the steam is below 500,000, do a pulse and do your work. Then this is supposed to input one, but only on a signal from... This might need to... Yeah, this is supposed to be a different color. Only from that signal. For some reason it's green right now though. So if we do this, steam is not below 500,000. It is at 650, 49, 48. So because we don't need all of the power, these are obviously not running at full speed. If we want them to run at full speed, we can just disconnect this one power flow. I thought. Oh, we also connected here. Disconnect that. Then we're only running off of this. We do have enough right now, though. Oh, we might as well be using this as well, so let's just wait for a little bit. Well, we are moving down quite a lot faster now, so that is fine. And these are now emptying out, so we should be at a power deficit now. Yep. So these should now be running full speed, all of them. And these ones are not. Well, maybe we're just running out of steam in this tank. Yes, we are. Okay. That should mean that we're also below. No. So the transfer of steam between these is just too slow. That's a bit annoying. Well, it only means that we could potentially waste a bit of fuel. I'm not too worried about that. At least I don't want to be too worried about it. What we could do is move some of these out a bit and have a pump. Pumping the steam down this way. That is possible, I'm pretty sure, but I want this to figure this out first though. So this is currently green. This is green as well though. Maybe because everything... Anything? Yes, then it's red. Let's just put a fuel in here. So now when I put one of these in here, we should have another fuel put in. Let's just see that underneath there. Oh, take it. Oh. There. Nope. So didn't get a signal from this when it... Do we need to hold it? No. Wait. Enable, disable. Anything above 0? There we go. So it will insert one and then stop again. Unless we are putting even more. So if we put in 6... Well, it would be if we had any fuel, of course. And this should probably have its hand set to 1 as well, just to be sure. Actually, that shouldn't matter. But for this test it does. Where is the spent fuel cells? There they are. So we should have 6 put in as well, as long as this is faster than this, and it is. Oh, we don't want to insert more than 5 apparently, that's okay. So now this is all good. Then we can think about optimizing the steam flow, I guess. Just taking from this end as well. Or maybe just from in here. Not sure if we can though, because we would end up with something like this. And yeah, then we can only get the pumping, not an underground pump or pipe. Well, we could do this, of course, and then do that. It's probably better than no pump, right? At least I'm guessing it is. I think these are supposed to be submitted. So if we put in, well, if we connect this first of all, the output, then we make some fuel available, and then we do one of those, we get some fuel in. Good. Well, we should probably re-enable our carbon power here. How come this is still running? Is it just powering the robot thingies? Maybe. So if we want to actually do this, we have to move one of these out. This is blocked. So this has to go out. And then a pipe. If we don't want the pump, then this is fine. If we do want it, then this needs to move. But then this blocks the underground pipe. So we would need something like that. So pump, then along underground. Oh dang it. Let's do all of this one of these further out. Well, this is fine. So we should just be able to do that. We could even connect it here as well, but I think this is fine. This can't really pump a lot though, but I'm okay with that, as long as we have an output in both ends. This should also be fine. And let's just check that we can still just scale this easily. We can. Good. Maybe we should just move all of these out to have a more consistent look. Nah, let's not do anything else about that right now. We need to move all of this now. And we need to remove all of this. We can remove that, but let's leave this one in for now, just to keep this running. Good. And then we just need to move it out so we can potentially expand this at some point. Or we could just keep it down here, I guess. It doesn't really matter, actually. What would we expand here? New types of fuel, but that's just that we have plenty of space for, I feel. So I think I'm okay with this. Which means we can just take this and mirror. Like that. And done. So, if we're actually going to let this run, we should probably get the requests set up. Just 5, please. And of course, as always with this setup, we do need to kickstart it like that when we have fuel available. There we go. And of course we need to collect all of this somewhere so it doesn't back up. And that probably needs to go out actually, but for now let's just request a ton up here, because I don't want to do the reprocessing right now. $50 per stack, 4,800, 2,400 in a chest. I think that's correct. Good. So again, these are just heating up. And currently these all have 200% naval bonuses. So the 164 by 4. So that's what, let's just say 150, because then it's 300, 600 megawatt, which is more than we're currently using. So we could remove all of this now. But we could also just let it run. Especially since we still are warming up this stuff. Well, do we want to just start scaling this already? I guess we might as well. Just to be good for quite a while. Of course, we don't need all of these robopods. I will just leave them in though, I think. And we need to grab a lot more water balls and probably other stuff like heat exchangers and heat pipe and stuff. Turbines. I also think we could connect all of these to actually help prevent wasting as much power, but as much fuel. Just because one of them, if that's not running, then another one might be. Yeah, I'm not sure if this makes any sense what I'm saying. If this was running and this wasn't, no, if these two were running and these two weren't, and we had too much steam here, and we're nearing the limit, then we could have these turbines use some of it as well before using their own. I guess that would just help to actually balance all of these, which would mean that all of the turbines or all of the reactors turn on at once, I think. So maybe that's not the best idea. I'm not gonna do anything about it, at least. Okay, we are basically out of everything we need here. So we shall go grab some more. Hopefully we have had some more alumina in the meantime. We have some alumina. Oops, stop. Let's just make sure that all goes to my purposes. Well, it actually looks like they have been getting a bunch. We have quite a lot of those. Not sure if we need more or less though. We need a bunch of this. We need a bunch of these. Some pipes, some substations. And some water balls, of course. Lots more than I'm currently requesting. Even more. We also need more heat pipes still. I wanted to request that. Just a stack. Get rid of that. We might still need more, but we have 200 now. So maybe it's fine for us to go and use that first. Okay. I think we should try with this to start with. Not sure if it's enough or not. How are these running? I didn't kickstart that, did I? No. So they are... Oh, the heat is of course connected. That makes sense. So maybe it is all pretty much equalized anyway. Which is okay. I'm not too worried about it. So now these would be able to produce what? Almost 2700 megawatt. Is that correct? Doesn't sound correct. Well, 100 of them should be able to produce 900, so it should be correct. 300 of these should be able to produce 1500 though. So why does it say 3.1 gigawatts is the max? I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter. At least this can supply our power needs for quite a while. And it can be scaled. At least if we get some fuel in. And this train has 680 more. So that should last a while. Let's just have a look at how the train is set up. Did we limit the wagons? Because otherwise it won't ever get back automatically. We did not. That should be 1000. Let's limit these to the same. And then you can go back. Okie dokie. Good. I'm happy. We should probably look out if these at some point are at 1000 degrees, which they are getting pretty close to and actually reached it now. So one fuel is way too much for it. Wait, why? Because these are low temperature. So it can't transfer all of the heat that far apparently, even with tier 3 heat pipes. That's a bit weird. I'm not sure if it would help to store more heat in the pipes in these empty spaces or what. Also, it would actually help a tiny bit to move these out, because then we would have one tile less to worry about here. But that only counts on this side. This side has the same problem. This one never gets hot enough. We could just use a lower tier heat exchanger there. That wouldn't really help though. But again, it is only a tiny bit of power we are wasting here. And we're still producing more steam. I still don't think this is enough storage though for the power of, well, up to 2 fuel. But again, let's not worry too much about it. As long as it shuts off when we have enough steam, then it's fine. then they should be producing full tanks, and then it's 1.2 million steam, where we need to consume the first 700,000 of that before we put in more. I'm okay with that. Let's not worry anymore about it. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.